to you about and posted, if you didn't check your email, we've got 5 different assignments due this week, 1 each day. This week is going to be used to rebuild or remind your skills in Photoshop, right? Because next week we're going to do a Photoshop-based advertisement, okay? And we'll talk about what that is next week, okay? The assignment has been posted, which is the removal assignment. The rubric is going to be the same for all of the projects we do this week and next week. And here is your rubric before I forget. So you get 40 points for effectiveness, you get 35 points for quality, and you get 25 points for technique for a total of 100 points, okay? So that's where your points are coming from, all right? How effective is the piece that you did, all right? Effectiveness also includes realism. How realistic is it? Right? Can I tell it's photoshopped? Can I not tell it's photoshopped? All right. Quality, how well it's done, and then the techniques. Did you use the techniques that were learned? All right. So I've broken this down into daily assignments. I felt this was the easiest way to do it. All right. And each assignment is due at the end of the day. So I'm just going to quickly glance over the whole thing, and then we'll talk about what we're working on today. So you can see Monday's assignment. That's today. What we're going to do is you're going to go to Adobe's site and you're going to follow along with some tutorials that they have, okay? So that way you can kind of go through and learn at a pace that you want to learn, all right? Basic stuff, okay? So for instance, if I go here, okay, takes a second because it does a redirect. These are all straight from Adobe, all right? And what I've done is I've picked the first 5, these 5 little pieces, okay? And each one's just going to introduce you to Photoshop. We did it during exploratory. That was a long time ago. And that was a lot of projects ago. And some of you didn't do it. Okay? And so we need time to remember how to do it. The thing about Photoshop is it's really, really cool. And it's a really great program. But as graphic designers, as a straight graphic designer, we don't use it that often. I just don't use it that often. Okay? I love using it. I love working in it. I love playing in it. The other issue with Photoshop is they add so much consistently that it is such an in-depth program. You will never know everything about it. I don't know everything about it, okay? So I tend to basically do what you should be doing when I can't find the answer, which is Googling, okay? But I've used the Adobe tutorials because they're really clean and really simple, all right? So the first one you're going to go to would be the Getting to Know Photoshop. And for each one, there are files you're going to download to follow along, okay? So that's where you're going to get all that stuff, all right? You'll go to the tutorial, you'll get the files, you'll follow along. Some of them, you're not even doing anything in. They're having you learn how to open, learn how to move, learn how to work the workspace, okay? This was much easier than me doing it with all of you at the same time, because some of you are going to go faster, some of you are going to go slower, some of you are going to go really fast, some of you are going to... I want everyone to be comfortable with the pace they're working in, okay? And the projects for the end of each day aren't something that, is going to take you a week. It's something that's going to take you an hour or so. That's the idea. It's to apply the skills you just learned, okay? So today you're going to do the Get to Know, change the image size, okay? You're going to complete the Beginner Selections course, all right, which if we go back here, after my little redirect, all right, you can scroll down to the Beginner Selection course here. Okay, and you notice each little video is 5 minutes. Boom, 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 boom. The Getting to Know Photoshop one is probably the longest because there's a lot to kind of talk about. But the Selections course, each little video, okay, and these last couple are 4 or 5 minutes. That's it. How to make selections. Really crucial to editing in Photoshop, okay? So then you're going to complete the Remove Objects Photo course. Again, here, Remove Objects Photo course. You notice, again, 5 minutes. Quick little videos. Kind of like your lives. Living them in 30-second TikToks at a time, right? I joked to Mr. Terranova one time. I said, I'm going to do an entire lesson once. I'm going to do it on TikTok. I'm going to have you guys just watch 30-second videos. And I guarantee everyone will get an A. They're like, this is awesome. It's the best thing ever. Really terrible music, but it's cool. All right? So then you're going to basically download and open this image. Okay? And you are going to remove the sign, the stand, the flower box, and the lights. I think that's what I have you doing, right? The umbrella stand, the basket, the green sign, and the lights. And you're going to hand in your Photoshop file to me. Okay? So like I said, not a crazy assignment where you're like, oh, there's no way I'm going to get this done. All right? You're going to take your use of the selection tools, your use of the move tools, the layers, things like that, and you're going to do that. Okay? What I tried to do is I tried to create links, and I'll go back and put the links to these here like I did here, if that makes your life a little bit easier. Okay? But it's all to the same page. So all right? Every file is right here as well that you're going to need for everything this week. It's all right here. All right? So that's today. All right? You're going to go through these little videos. You'll notice here, this one's 90 minutes, this is 40 minutes, this is 25 minutes, and then this you have the rest of the day to finish. Won't take you long. If you finish early, you hand in the assignment, I'll give you feedback on it. I'll kick it back to you. If it's 100, good to go. Otherwise, you can keep doing it. And if you're done, you can get into Photoshop and just start messing around a little bit. Okay? Tuesday, you're going to do the tutorial on how to create a digital collage. So this is a portrait collage. Then, all right, and we'll do that. I'll go over this tomorrow, but this is just a rough outline. You're going to get your own images, and you're going to create a portrait collage. Whatever portrait collage you want to create. Okay? And you're going to hand in Google Classroom. All right? Wednesday's going to be a little bit different. I will not be here Wednesday. Okay? So Wednesday, I'll put the video up presenting Wednesday's project. All right? But basically, you're going to take this file and you're going to make him invisible. Just his skin.
Oh, I remember this project.
Okay? Just his skin. What's the matter, Sylvia?
I don't know.
All right? So, okay, I've left this relatively simple because there's basic solid colors. We'll talk about it. It seems like a long way away, but by Wednesday, you'll understand how to do this, okay? All right? So, yes, Miles?
I might not be here Wednesday.
Okay. You'll have some catching up to do, all right? So, we'll go over tomorrow afternoon. I'll go over that again with you guys, but there'll be a video just like I would be standing here. You're going to watch the presentation video on how to do it, and you're going to do it. So, you won't really need me. That's what you're working on for the day. Plenty of time to do that. If you finish early, play in Photoshop. Mess around a little. Photoshop, I would say, is probably the best program to just kind of screw around in. I'm going to get a photo of this guy. I'm going to give him 3 eyes. I'm going to make him bald. That's the best program to really mess around in. Thursday, we're going to work in photo repair. Okay? I will pre-warn you, nobody likes photo repair. However, photo repair is where the money is. Okay? I charge $100 an hour to edit photos. Yeah. Okay? And so somebody will bring a photo to you like this, and they need it fixed. Okay? And I'm going to show you how to do it. Because your parents, your grandparents, maybe some of you have great-grandparents that are still alive, okay? Have photographs that have been stuffed in albums or somewhere. And I did a photograph for my grandparents who have passed away since, but I took a wedding photo that they had. It was in black and white, obviously, and I colorized it for them. All right? And we're going to learn how to do that next year. And they loved it. They absolutely loved it. So to be able to take a photo like this, the best story I have is a woman came in, she was pissed at her husband, and she ripped their wedding photograph. And she came in and she's like, do you think you can fix it? And I was like, sure. Okay? It's going to cost you $150 for an hour and a half of work. It's the only photo she has. Doesn't exist. My favorite story, guy comes in with a prom photo of his daughter, and he says, can you do me a favor? He goes, can you remove the guy? And I was like, are we talking on the photo? And he's like, yeah. So, and that was awful because it had this white, like, picketed fence behind it, and I had to go through and, like, repair each, fence thing. So, no one loves photo repair because it's not creative, but money. Okay? Yes, Miles.
Is there anyone that's ever, I don't know, just been angry or upset about the price?
No, because I always tell them beforehand. It's always key beforehand. Yeah. There's been people that have been like, oh, I really can't afford that. I'm like, I understand. I get it. It's not cheap. But it's labor-intensive work. I mean, you're going to see. You zoom in. You're really, really working to do it right. Like, these people don't get it. Have you guys ever seen the guy in Photoshop who, on Twitter, people send him stuff to be like, hey, John, can you make me look pretty or something like that? And he does something ridiculous to it. All right, like that's not what people, they want. If they're going to pay you, they want it to look realistic. All right. And then Friday, you're going to do the Complete a Beginner Photo Composite course. All right, and you're going to put together your own photo composite. And what that means is you're going to take multiple images and put it into a composition, which is what we're basically going to be doing next week when we do our Photoshop creative ads. Okay? So for today, you're going to get started by clicking right on the Get Started assignment. Okay, and you're going to go through those little videos. There is nothing for you to hand in with these little videos. Okay? Very simple. If you don't complete them, you won't know how to do the assignment. All right? So I'm not going to make you be like, Mr. B, I finished this. You'd be handing in 5,000 things, and nobody wants that. You've got to complete the videos on your own time. It should take you about 90 minutes to complete this first piece, because it's about 90 minutes. All right? Then you can just move along. You finished? Keep moving. You don't have to check with me. Just keep moving at your own pace. If you have a question, ask me, okay? It's been a little while since I've gone through these, but most of this stuff I remember. All right? Any questions? Okay, so concentrate on today, Monday, on those chunks of pieces that we're going to do. All right? It's up in Google Classroom. All right? And for those of you that don't know or have gotten lost or haven't seen it, on every assignment, okay, is the link to the curriculum page that's on. All right? And all you need to do is hand in the Photoshop file, which is a PSD file. That's it. This isn't like Illustrator. It isn't like InDesign. Everything I need will be in the Photoshop file, regardless of what you do to it. All right? So it's always, whenever it's a Photoshop-based assignment, it's a PSD file. Okay? All right, get to it.